afternoon, and welcome everybody to Second Give, a subsidiary of the the Chuckle Productions, all the things that I do. Just another way for me to get out here and talk too much. I am your host, one of your hosts, Cletus Cassidy. I'm the brainchild of this thing. I am the Jerry Jones of this show. I am the Deion Sanders of this production, which means I'm gonna get you excited for just a few minutes and then leave you. So, especially if you're black, I'm rolling out on you. That's it. I'm letting y'all know now. I am the Deion Sanders of this program. I'm only doing this and getting black people to support me until some large white company says we want you, and then I will be out. I will leave y'all immediately. Listen, I'm letting y'all know now, so there'll be no questions. This is just us talking about sports, man. If you know anything about me, yes, I'm a comedian by day and by night. So it depends on who you talk to, which young lady you talk to. They may give you different opinions on what I am at night. But I am first and foremost a sports fan. Don't let the fat taste fool you. I grew up as an athlete. I played football, ran track. I was actually very, very good at track. If you and one of my co-hosts actually ran track with me. His metabolism stayed fast. My metabolism slowed down like 4 o'clock traffic. So he stayed slim and trim, and I gained all the weight of an African village. So what we do on this show, man, is just regular guys and regular girls coming up here and talking sports. And I say regular girls because every now and again we will allow a woman and or a lesbian to come on show and talk about sports as well. So without further ado, let me bring on the three amazing co-hosts that'll be on most weeks. Most weeks. I don't even know what order to bring them in on. Let's bring them in from youth to eldest. So starting off with the youngest man in here, he's a professional singer extraordinaire, amazing guy. Please show your love for the one and only Slater Joel. What's going on, Slater?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing tonight?
Hey, man, just give him a quick intro, hot take on you. You can just, this is your 30 seconds to say whatever it is you want to say as you welcome everybody onto the show.
Well, first of all, everything Cletus just said about Deion Sanders, he can absolutely kick rocks with all of that. I agree with the Jerry Jones statement, but I don't agree with the Deion statement. Like he said, I'm a singer. I'm not a sports analyst, but I enjoy sports. I don't have a testimony of being skinny and then becoming fat. I've been fat pretty much the majority of my life. And yeah, I'm here with y'all tonight.
I can see the lifetime portliness in your eyes. I see it. Y'all don't judge me, man. Today is the gayest show I think I've ever had, Slater. Never had a show this gay. I couldn't wait to rush home and put these nuts in my mouth. Planners. Planners. Planners, people. Planners. All right. Going to Asian experience. Now Slater, he plays obscure sports. Slater's an excellent bowler. We won't get into the depths of his bowling, but he likes to bowl, so he plays obscure sports. You can see him on ESPN 8 to Ocho. Now my basketball aficionado, my guy that knows basketball, great friend of mine. I was also in his wedding. Y'all show some love for Alonzo McConnell. What's going on, Zoe?
What's up, man? What's up, man? Hey, good to be with you tonight. Yeah, you were in my wedding, and I'm glad you were there because that thing was falling apart until you took over. So thank you very much for that. And yeah, I'm just a regular guy. I like to consider myself a great watcher of sports. I'm not an athlete like you guys, so I think I'm good at watching something, critiquing it, and giving a side remark on it. So yeah, that's just me. That's all I do. I love basketball. 49er guy. Good win this weekend, and I guess I'm glad to be a part of the gayest show apparently. So yeah, good to be here tonight.
Hey man, and now Alonzo, you say that you're not an athlete, but you did play on probably the greatest basketball team ever assembled, P-Town Pride. We tore the YMCA.
Yeah.
We tore the
Hey.
YMCA league up. I did lead the league in ejections. I don't think so. Real quick before we get to the show, I know what you're going to say, Zoe, but what is your favorite ejection that I got while playing for P-Town Pride?
Oh, easily, without a doubt, the snowman ejection is what it's known as right now. I guess. Anytime you're upset with a call, I get that. but you can throw a hat. You can even say a few expletives. But the last thing I expected was you go out there in mid-court and just start doing snow angels. That's not what I don't think that would have made the
You're
top.
missing an
not
important
top
part of
10.
what happened, though, Zoe. I got thrown out. I left the court, put on my coat, then came back in the mid-court and started doing snow angels.
Very Nita Checkish and come back in there with that coat on. I was very confused. Everyone kind of paused and just didn't know what to do.
It was an amazing time. And our third co-host, man, voted Portsmouth Sexiest Man Alive 4 years in a row. Please show some love for the one and only owner of the Hype Factory 757, my man, Jay Wells. What up, Jay?
What's up, man? How about them Cowboys?
Yep, your solo time's over. So let's get right into it, man. Last week we brought in a special guest, and I was told that the way that I brought her in to just talk fashion and not real sports was demeaning to women. And I was like, why? How can it be demeaning to women when women have no value? So,
are you childish? He said that, y'all, not me. He said that.
How can it be demeaning to something that has no value?
I just got a question. Was the person who was on the show, did she feel that way?
No, she felt great. She
then
felt great.
Let's move on. Then
it was other women out there.
Well, let them sit on their little soapbox, and if the person
hold on, man, I'm still stuck on the gayest show. First of all, he told me so he can't wait to get the nuts. And then they talking about something. They played on P-Town Pride. I mean, this might be the gayest.
Wow. So listen,
I didn't catch that.
He doing Snow Angels?
I didn't bring it up. You did.
We were on P-Time Pride when pride didn't mean pride. Like, this was a time before pride meant pride. Pride just meant you was proud. It wasn't a YMCA pride.
Hey, let's do Snow Angels.
You know what? But they were angry angels. So that carries on something.
He was angry.
It was angry angel. And listen, we had two constants on P-Town Pride. One, if our friend Brandon scored a point, we won the game. It didn't matter. He didn't have to score 30. He didn't have to score. If he scored in that game, we won. And the other was we had this certain referee, we were going to lose. It didn't matter who we could have played a team of handicapped midgets, and we would have still lost to them because he was refereeing. It was a constant. But we brought in a lady that comes in, man. This young lady is, I think her only sports fault is that she's a Dallas Cowboy fan. She's a lover of animals, dogs in particular. She is a huge treat dogs like people person, which I just think is stupid. They are not fur babies. They're not even yours. They didn't come out of your vagina. If you didn't birth it, it's not your child. But that's how she feels. She puts her dogs in clothes. Y'all show some love all the way from somewhere in Virginia for my good friend Bree. Y'all show Bree some love. What up, Bree?
What's going on, Bree?
What's up, Bree?
Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Cletus, we not
silent like all women should be, but now you're talking.
We not gonna do this tonight, okay? Don't talk about my babies.
They're not
the Cowboys or my dog, okay?
You know, I was trying. I should have said this before Bree came on. Since while we were on the subject of the gayest show ever, but since she's up there with the Cowboys, did y'all have to ram it into the Giants like that? I mean, y'all rammed it in.
It was real Adebisi-ish. I didn't even want to watch what they continue to do to the Giants. What they did to the Giants was horrible. It was basically a hate crime.
Absolutely.
Special teams and defense was on it.
But we're going to get into that. Let's go and let's recap the week. First thing I want to talk about, of course, I got all you guys on, and we got a basketball guy on. They give out medals when you go to World Championships. Do we care about bronze medals? No. Do we care about silver medals? No. Not at all. The gold medal is the only one that matters.
The only one.
But they still give other people, they make other people stand on the podium. The United States basketball team went to FIBA and did not earn a medal. Didn't even come in third place. They are the epitome of Ricky Bobby. If you're fourth, you're definitely not last.
Absolutely.
Lonzo, why was the U.S. basketball team so bad? Why couldn't we even medal?
Well, first, you don't have your best players out there. I mean, the U.S. doesn't take it seriously. They only care about the Olympics. They're sending the JV team over there. And these countries, they're sending their absolute best. Those guys are geared up, coming after the U.S., and that's their top game, even if it's not a gold medal game. So you're getting the absolute best. And Dylan Brooks scored 40 points against the U.S., so that let alone should be disqualifying the U.S. from any future competition.
But is it the hubris of the United States? Is it the United States saying we can send anybody over and win?
No.
Let's give a woman a chance.
The woman.
Don't try to play me. No, I feel like the players that are going over there are not, like he said, are not the best people. Like LeBron ain't trying to go over there to play. KD don't want to go over there and play. So at the end of the day, they have to get the players who are not the best to go and play over there. So we're not going to get a gold medal because we're not sending our best.
So I'm gonna ask now, Slater. This is not a weighted question. I know it's gonna seem like it came out from an ill place, but it's not. Do you think the Paul George injury had anything to do with the best players not wanting to play in the international competitions? Because if you look at it, Paul George was questionably one of the top players in the league, and then he goes and gets hurt, and he's not been the same. Do you think the risk of winning a gold medal is worth not getting your millions and millions of dollars in the future? Is country pride worth it?
Here's my biggest thing. I hear what you're saying, but I don't feel, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, I don't feel like you play as hard when you got your best players. Who's ever seen USA really play hard? It's been a few games that had
pause.
Yeah, big pause. But who's ever seen them play like, their most challenging, against an international team? It's a few teams out there who I've seen where we had to maybe ramp it up a little bit. But when you got your best players out there, I haven't seen them. They're having fun most of the time. I mean, the stuff Kobe and Wade used to throw to each other, it was like Harlem Globetrotters. So I feel like at the end of the day, you're not even playing as hard as you would at the house when you're playing overseas because of, the people who you do have over there with you. It's literally like a dream team. It's an Xbox team when you used to go overseas. When Vince Carter jumped over that dude, you had KG on that team. Just think about the people you had playing. Who needs to play hard?
So let me be an advocate for that, though. All of this is Michael Jordan's fault. When Michael Jordan took that dream team over there, you think other countries were going to continue to get embarrassed the way that they were getting embarrassed? You think they were going to continue to have sacks on their eyelids? No. They decided we are going to make better players. The NBA itself has cultivated and said they've got NBA Africa now. They've got NBA Europe. They're producing better players. Would LeBron have even made a difference this year? Would this proposed team that LeBron is saying, taking him, KD, Curry, and this, because Alonzo and I have talked, sometimes it's not just about having a lot of great individuals playing, but are they a great team? If you take Curry, LeBron, KD, all of them, there's only one ball. How do you make that work? I'm going to ask that, Jason. Would that team make the difference? Would that be the team that can win this supposed team with KD, LeBron, Kyrie, all of these guys?
I think that team would stand a better chance. But what you have to also consider, this team lost because we had no interior defense, or we couldn't do anything with the big men overseas. One of the things is we don't develop the big man. Everybody here, we shoot from the outside and the perimeter. So once we form a team that's compatible to that international play, we can adapt because their rules actually negate some of the talent that we take over there. So also the rules are different. How they can block shots. The continuity is just too difficult for us to overcome in that short period of time. So definitely their talent level will supersede a lot of those teams. But when you talk about the shrewd part of the game, that's where LeBron come in, learning the game. That's where you can bring a veteran like Chris Paul in and they can actually run the team, run the plays, and run sets. Because all I saw in the games I saw was ISO, ISO, ISO.
That's NBA basketball.
That's all
ISO
NBA
all
basketball
day.
is. NBA basketball is ISO, pick and roll. ISO, pick
It's
and
only
roll.
2 plays. It's only 2
Right, it's
plays.
only 2 plays.
Same. Yeah, every
And
side
as a
out of
team,
4,
they
you
can-
get that every time.
Yep. So as a team, they can figure that out.
Yeah.
So we have to actually adapt and play a more organized game. That's why I like watching WNBA just a little bit more right now.
I like the WNBA. I think the WNBA is more skilled.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the athleticism that they have in the NBA.
Right.
And I'm not saying that just because they're women. They just
Right.
literally don't have 40-inch verticals. They literally don't have. So the level of athleticism in the NBA sometimes makes up for the fact that they're not as good fundamental basketball players as a lot of the women are. A lot of the women are just great basketball players. They know how to do everything. Well, you got a lot of guys in the NBA that only know how to do one thing.
I think that also comes from positionless basketball. The fact that the big man position is almost like non-existent now. You got Adebayo, who needed to be in the center when the Heat still had a chance. You got him shooting threes. You know what I'm saying? When he should be protecting the paint. It's like the big man position is almost is extinct now.
AAU basketball, nobody plays with their back to the basket.
Yeah.
No, if you get a kid, and Alonzo can attest to this. When I first saw Kevin Durant play basketball, he was in high school, and he was 14,000 feet tall. And I complained the entire game because he would not play in the paint. He only wanted to shoot from outside.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, why won't this big dude go play in the paint? But realizing now, nobody plays in the paint. Nobody plays in the paint.
Until we go into international competition.
Listen, fellas, if you ever want to be successful, you got to learn how to be hard and attack the middle. All right, so.
Good gracious.
Make sure you run home to a bunch of nuts.
Good gracious. Not just run home to them, you got to put them in your mouth.
And
oh, man. So here's what we got. All right, subject number 2. We'll leave that debris. Subject number 2. We've invited women on. You get treated just like you're in the barbershop with them.
You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. You come up here.
No problem, Clee. No problem.
And you've known me long enough. Ida says, good point. Our best players don't play together. Some of these countries put teams together just for these games, so there's more continuity in their playing. I agree with you. Ida, so far, fellas, in the comment section, I know Al Punter is a Giants fan, so he's still trying to ice his rectum.
I'm about to say he gotta sit on some peas.
Yeah, he's sitting on wow.
But also to Wes Leonard, I think that's why Joker is so good, because he came from another country and they play the big man. So I think that's why he's always good, why he's always so dominant, because he does play that big man role.
Yeah.
Joker,
just my opinion.
What I love about Joker, he has no athleticism.
None
at all.
He does something that Alonzo and I talk about in basketball all the time. He realizes he's big.
Yeah.
And he uses being big to his advantage. You can't get around him. You remember when Magic Johnson used to toot them hips up and bring the ball up the court?
Oh.
He used to what? He used to what?
His hips up. He used to toot them hips. Magic Johnson would get the half court and immediately present his cheeks to you. And he knew you couldn't get around him. He knew it. He was aware of his size. He had to. It took 30 minutes for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to run up the court. So Magic would toot those cheeks up, give Kareem time to get up the court, and then we'll start to play. Awesome.
And to make it even super pause, like nobody handles the ball the way Joker does too. Like
nobody. His ball handling is amazing.
Be that big and handle balls like that. Like that guy.
It's crazy. That is a Pride Week miracle. Yep. So I know we're getting banned in San Francisco and Atlanta, but there's a lot of other places where we probably won't be able. Thanks for tuning in for our last show, everybody. Thank you so much. Grand opening, grand closing is what we ended up on. All right, we got to talk about it. I know we talked about the subject last week, but it carried over into this week. The Colorado Buffaloes. The Buffaloes of Colorado.
Colorado
had their first First home game. Now, a lot of people didn't know. Now, Colorado was already averaging about 44,000 fans a game, but this week they hit their full 50. Hit their full 50 in the stadium.
This week they had fish, crabs. They had grape soda. They had pork
it was the blackest.
They was the HBCU.
First of all, the Wu-Tang Clan was at the game.
I mean, they had everybody there. Oh,
the Wu-Tang Clan was there.
Cameron.
Yep.
Everybody. Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
Everybody came out. Now,
Stephen A.
Here's the question: LeBaron, Stephen A. Smith was there. His hairline just got there. The game is over. He just got there. Here's the question from LeBaron Burton. I'm gonna ask each one of you guys before I come out and I say it. Do you now believe in Colorado? I'll start with you, Alonzo, because you've been tooting the horn.
Well, not like magic, but that was my question. That was my question. I was going to pose to you. Do you believe it? Absolutely, yes, I do. What Deion Sanders has done for college football is more than anybody in my experience dealing with college football, because I never cared about college football. On Saturdays, I would take care of my kids, go to their games. College football was on, everybody's watching. I didn't care. I knew the games were going on. I knew they were important, but I didn't care. It wasn't primetime TV to me, and now it literally is. So,
who doesn't know how to silence their phone?
it was Stephen A. Smith call. But Deion has drawn so much attention to college football and what he's doing just for the school, but for the kids that now believe that they got somebody out there that's kind of really putting a spotlight on people like them, HBCU kids coming there. It's people believing all over the place. I do. I'm excited about it. And Colorado now up in the polls, they're going to continue to climb. So, yeah, I'm definitely with it.
Slater, do you believe?
I believe since the beginning. I believe when he was at Jackson State. I believe when he was in Colorado. And I believe that he's going to have one of the greatest seasons Colorado has seen in quite a long time. I think I'm with Alonzo on this one. I think everyone on this show should be asking you, do you believe?
I'm last. Don't worry about it. I'm last. I'm coming in last. I'm coming in last. I'm coming in hot. Bree,
I got you.
Do you believe?
Absolutely. I've always believed in Deion Sanders. Prime time. I believed in Deion when he was 22 and he was playing MLB. And then when he was running, making touchdowns at the age of 22 in the same week doing things, I believed in him when he was a Cowboy, when he was a 49er. Ain't nothing like prime time. I believe.
Oh, my fault. I didn't mean to remove you. I meant to do that. All right. So I'm going to come to the one sensible co-host. I know this man is going to make some sense. I don't even have to ask, but I'll do it anyway because I want to be fair. Jason, do you believe in Prime?
I believe in the process. I think he's doing a great job at bringing notoriety to the game. I think one of the greatest things that he's actually doing is bringing a different type of audience and bringing interest there, right? But also, it's a flip side of the coin. I think eventually his success will be the demise of certain colleges, primarily HBCUs, because now you'll start having more Power 5 schools going in, trying to mine those kids, pulling them out. We had some kids locally from Norfolk State end up going to Virginia Tech. And it's not an indictment because you want that kid to increase. But what happens to that school that's left behind? So it's a great magnification on one level, but then there's also a consequence on another level because somebody's going to have to pay this toll for it. I believe in this program. I think he's going to do some amazing things. But there's another thing that we have to be conscious about. As we're praising Deion, let's look at what's happening in Jackson State. And let's look at the difference. Like, if he rises, we're proud of him. But how do we continuously keep those programs elevating at that same level? And that's going to be a problem that we're going to negate if we only focus on his success.
Thank you, Jason, for saying that. I agree with you. And here's the question. Do I believe? I believe that Prime Time believes in Prime Time. I believe that he believes in himself. He believes in Shedeur Sanders, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get those two guys out.
Let's go get the Heisman.
He believes in Shiloh.
Not really. He don't. Shiloh's not even a captain.
My man Shiloh.
Listen, look at Shiloh's jersey. Shiloh ain't got no L. Shiloh ain't got no D. Pause. The two kids that he believes. Listen, Primetime's two kids on that team. The two kids he loves more than anybody on that team are Travis Hunter and his son Shador. Shiloh,
Right.
Shiloh
But
just happens to be on the team.
Shiloh matters.
To who?
Wow.
Shiloh might not even get invited to the Thanksgiving dinner. Shiloh has no NIL value. Shiloh is just on the team, and Shiloh is wearing his son's daddy's number. Here's what I believe about Shiloh. I mean about Deion Sanders.
Deion.
Here's what I believe about Deion.
If your son played, would you feel the same way?
If my son played, I believe that as a father, you have an opportunity and a responsibility to put your son in the best position possible. I think that's what Primetime has done. Primetime has leveraged his fame to put his son in best positions possible. There is absolutely no reason why, and this is just me being honest. There's absolutely no reason why he should have been head coach at Jackson State. He had never been a head coach in high school, any of those things, and you immediately put him in a Division I program and make him a head coach off of his name alone.
Why not do that?
It's fine. I'm not saying that it's wrong per se, but there was a whole lot of black men who do exactly the same thing that people say that Deion was doing. That encourage black kids, who take kids and make them a father figure. My daughter goes to UNC Greensboro. Brian Stitt is one of the assistant coaches over there on the basketball team. He's taking my daughter and he's like, listen, anytime she needs a home cooked meal, done all these things, and he's accepted them. He makes sure that black kids are safe. I hate the flip side of the coin. Like Jason said, the flip side is we make it seem like he's the first black guy ever to come in and care about kids at colleges. And I think that has been the case all the way through. Has he been saying yes and making it more boisterous? Yes, he has. But we're skipping to Eddie George. Eddie George is at Tennessee State. Eddie George was a fantastic NFL player. Is he primetime? No. No, he's not.
Well, Cleese, let me ask you this. Do you think, on that point you're saying already, they're doing a lot for black kids, do you think Deion isn't doing the things that Eddie George is doing? He's just louder, right?
I think Eddie George is doing those same things Deion is doing, but like you said, Deion is just louder, and we act like Deion has been great at it. Now you're saying Deion has coached at every level. He's coached his son at every level. He's never coached. He's never been. He had the little league of Little League, but he did that so that his sons could play. He then went and coached at his son's high school. He's never coached outside of his son. I don't blame him for doing the most he can for his son. But I also believe, like Jason said, nobody cares about Jackson State anymore.
Is that his fault? Why is that? That's not. I don't know.
No, that is not his fault. If you want to be transparent, that's our fault, right?
That's our fault.
Thank you. There we go.
That's right. We believe
crucified Prime for that every week, Cletus. And you and me have had this conversation on and off camera about that.
So here's my thing. So when we start talking about the Deion situation, I feel like, and this might seem like a slight, but for me, this might seem like I'm trying to throw shade. But for me, it's not about Deion per se. For me, it's about the people. So it's just like the Cowboys. Nobody hates the Cowboys. The Cowboys haven't been relevant for 40 years. Nobody hates the Cowboys. People hate Cowboy fans. That's the same thing I say with Deion. I got guys in here talking about Deion. All Deion does is win. He never won the championship at Jackson State. Never. He went to Jackson State. He won the SWAC. But when it came down to the playing for the mythical black national championship, he didn't win it.
So let me ask you this. Can I put this in perspective? If you've had a losing season for a decade or however long, a winning season is still don't mean nothing just because you didn't win the championship.
I'm not saying that what he doesn't win, but we make it seem like Deion has gone and won gold everywhere he's gone. He has not. He has gone that those kids, just like people have this misconception that he took all guys from HBCUs to Colorado. It's really, out of those 86 guys, it might be 10. It really is 10. The other 76, came from Alabama. That
It doesn't
was
matter
real.
if it's an HBCU or if they black. Sometimes black people confuse me. It doesn't matter if they black or does they have to be from an HBCU. I thought because they were black, that's a good thing. But apparently because they didn't come from an HBCU, that's a problem now too.
No, I'm not saying that it's a problem, but those black kids were already in college. There are people, and I'm not saying necessarily you, but there are people who made it seem like black people ain't have a chance to play sports until Deion got there.
Deion put black people
Deion
in
raised
college.
my kid from the dead.
Right? I'm like, is it Deion or is Jesus coaching Colorado? Like, I don't know sometimes.
It's the same.
Deion and Jesus, same person, same guy.
Same guy.
So I think that I hate and see, like Jennifer saying that he's developing a program and making it better. I don't think he is. I really don't think that he is.
Cleveland, I gotta stop right
now,
now. Those guys were 1-11. They went.
I think he's making his teams better. I think he makes his teams better. There's a difference between a team and a program.
He went from 1-11 to what in the world's going on out there. That's a big thing going on.
86 different players. He got lucky.
I mean,
I'm not saying that the team's not bad. My question will be this. My question will be this.
I agree with you with that last concept. You helped me finally understand you when you were saying about the fans of Deion. But now, come on, dog. You saying this man didn't flip a whole program? No.
And here's what I say when he got lucky. And Jason knows what I'm talking about with this one. There are NCAA rules that he was able to take advantage of that no other, like people say, no other coach has ever been able to do this. There were NCAA rules that came in effect that made it possible for him to bring in 86 other people. And that's what a lot of other people are pushing back against now. They're pushing back against, is this a bad precedent to set? Will other coaches be able to go in and be like, I'm bringing my own luggage, all of you guys? Because you got to remember, Power 5 schools are the only schools where you can't lose your scholarship due to your ability on the field. If they say you got your scholarship, you got your scholarship.
Actually, your
but
not committable. It's
Power 5, only Power 5. Anywhere else, it's year to year if they want to let you keep your scholarship or not. Now, what he was able to take advantage of was the rule that when you get a new coach that comes in, and the transfer portal and all these things, that he was able to get rid of everybody that was there and bring in 86 different dudes.
Right.
So when I say, let me take the word lucky out. It was an advantageous situation for him.
I'll take that. Thank you.
That would be like, there's a difference, Slater. You're a musician, right? There's a difference in you going into First Baptist Church, and First Baptist Church ain't never had nobody that could sing on key, and all of a sudden you making all those people in First Baptist sing on key and they sound great. Or you being like, everybody in First Baptist, all of y'all singers are gone, and you bring in Kirk Franklin and the family. Yes, it's an improvement, but you brought in Kirk Franklin and the family.
I'm going to shut up because I don't know who's watching this show.
Right.
But depending on the circumstance, I might use both of those.
And I mean, the biggest thing that he's taking advantage of is the rule. Normally, when the kid transfers, they have to sit out or they lose the eligibility. And in the last 2 years, that rule has been eradicated. So now
I like the word you like that word, eradicated.
He's probably taking advantage of the rules that nobody has caught up to, right? So eventually, people are going to catch up to it. But I still want to go back to the point that we can all look at his success. But normally, when we look at people's track record, we look at how did they leave a program? Did they leave it better when they left, or did it fall? Did it go to hell? And so right now, did he put that program in the position to succeed while he's gone, or is it all about him? And I think that's what Cletus' point is. Once he leaves, it goes to hell. So did he really put a program in place to continue to develop and elevate? Or is it like a one and done? I'm playing for Duke and then I'm going in the draft.
It's two and through. I think he leaves. I think what he's doing right now is being the ultimate great father, but not the Shiloh. I think that
Shiloh is like number 5 on his list of kids.
Hey, that is true. He said that with his own mouth.
With his own mouth, he's like,
Shiloh's last.
He's like, I've got Shiloh, but I didn't even give him a good name. So
it was a mistake.
So Shiloh, But I really think that for him, I will say this: if Shedeur, because Shedeur went into the season a second round pick. They were saying he was a second round pick. If Shedeur gets an opportunity to go in the NFL and he can go with them and improve his stock, I think he's gone. And Colorado's like, and he's gonna blame God for that because he said God told him to take Jackson State, and now God changed his mind and sent him to Colorado.
Hold on. Oh, go ahead, Alonzo. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what do you want Deion to be? Wasn't that Eddie Robinson? That what you want him to be? You want him to?
I would love that.
Grambling, and then and is Grambling better when he left?
Grambling, I think
I don't know.
I will say this about Grambling. I think Eddie Robinson is a unique situation because I think Eddie Robinson was one of those coaches who coached to better men. He got a lot of guys into the NFL, but I think a lot of men say they became better men because of the guidance of Eddie Robinson.
I think he helped make a lot of two-parent homes. How about that?
Is that a bad thing? If I knew my dad, I would have liked to have had a two-parent home.
Yeah.
I just think
I'm gonna go for that, but I need my son to get to the NFL first.
But I don't think people went to Grambling to go to the NFL.
And
at that time, I think people went to Grambling. I think Grambling was one of us here has never seen Remember the Titans, but there was a side. There's a scene in Remember the Titans. He came in and said, "I'm bringing this guy here with your coach, and he can be a better guy." And I think that's what people drop their kids off to Eddie Robinson for. I don't think it's the same thing with Deion Sanders. Do I think it's wrong? No. I think Nick Saban goes into people's houses and lies all the time. I think every college coach does it. They take advantage of these kids, and I think I do think that. I just don't think. Look, G-Chow said Grambling did well under Doug Williams. I think there was a program in place at Grambling. Doug Williams just kind of ate himself out of coaching. He just got real chunky, real fast.
And they got the record buffet, boy, I tell you.
Let me just ask this because we could stay too long.
But here it is. Yeah, we've been on this subject too long. Primetime wins this week, goes 3-0, and then Oregon beats the brakes off of them. All right, now we're getting ready.
No, he talking about the future.
They win this week. I think they beat Colorado State. I think the 5 of us and 6 people in the chat can go beat Colorado State. And then,
but if Deion went to Colorado State, they turn it around.
If he took 86 other players.
The question is, will y'all believe once they lose to Oregon and that next game when they go to USC?
People will stop believing. Right now, he's the tooth fairy.
No.
6 games is the cap. No. 6 games. 6
they
games.
Go 6 and 6.
All of y'all being Cowboy fans, me being a Washington fan, y'all ought to know losing is a part of it. So
they're going to go 6 and 6. They're going to go to a bowl, and they're going to lose in the Idaho Milk Bowl or something crazy.
6. You're saying they're going to lose 6 of the next 10 games? 6 of the next 10 games.
Yeah, when they get into that Pac-12 schedule, they still got to play.
Pac-12 doesn't even have 12 teams.
Well, the
Big Ten has 37. It's stupid. I think they still got to play.
Who made up that name?
When they had 12 teams, I remember when Penis. Not Penis. I don't remember Penis. That's not
Jesus Christ, man.
It's only nuts in this show. There's no penis.
Yeah, the guy from Washington. I think they're going to meet that quarterback from Washington. I think USC is going to mop the floor with him. I think Oregon is going to beat them. I think Utah beats them.
I think you're underestimating one thing, Cletus.
What is?
Deion is not just took over the program. He's brought prime time to Colorado. They have elevated the status of all those games. Those kids are going to be under the most pressure they ever had their entire life when they play Colorado. You
got it backwards. It's more pressure on Colorado to live up to the expectations.
They were 1-11.
No, because
they were 1-11.
None of those guys were on that team. This is 86 new guys.
1-11.
Yo,
they're 1-11.
For some people, Colorado is going to be their Super Bowl. They're going to want to give Colorado their best. So every week, they're going to have to face everybody. That's like going to play the Lakers, right?
Except the quarterback from Nebraska.
Yo, when you go play
the quarterback from Nebraska, because he was horrible.
Ticket sales go up, right? The price of that same $30 ticket go to $300. Good now.
And them tickets are high because I've been looking because I wanted to go. Jesus.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think it's crazy, yo.
Extremely high.
They are.
Man, they are higher than Rick James at a crack festival with Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. All right, let's move on. We got to wrap the show up. One topic, and then we'll make our picks for this week. Have we spent way too much? Are the Jets, is the New York Jets? First of all, nobody. It was nothing but heartbreak in MetLife Stadium this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Did the New York Jets just give Aaron Rodgers the greatest retirement gift ever? Lots of money, 4 plays, and he's out of there. Are the Jets done? What are we saying about the Jets? Ladies first. Go ahead, Slater. I'm playing. Go ahead, Bree.
I don't think the Jets are done per se. I think that they need to give their quarterback a chance now because I think Aaron Rodgers has kind of like mentored him during this time period. So now I think you need to see like what he has. If they said that they're not done with him previously in all those press conferences, I don't think they need to automatically just go out and get another quarterback to come in right now. I think they need to see what he can do. I mean, once they get smacked this week by Dallas, they need to reevaluate maybe after the next couple of games.
We're going to go ahead and let her sit back.
He put her off.
Why you doing that? She telling the truth.
She is in timeout. So what we've got right now, I think the Jets have already said, the Jets have already told Zach Wilson they don't believe in him. Why would they believe in him now with Aaron Rodgers gone? They told him they didn't believe in him when they brought in Aaron Rodgers. If you are married and your husband goes and finds him another woman, just because she gets injured and she comes back to you doesn't mean that he loved you the whole time. It just means you're who I got to deal with now.
And that
I think the Jets are done.
Did not sell out them seats. I can promise you all that. They were there to see Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, wow.
Hey, they need to go and sign Primetime and Shedeur Sanders. That's the only hope that they got for the rest of the season.
Well, I just need a moment of silence because he was my starting quarterback for my fantasy league.
Oh,
so
man, me
y'all,
too.
Y'all pray that I can make a decent trade because I got Geno Smith. Geno Smith as my backup. So
I just traded today and I ended up getting Deshaun Watson. So that worked out for me. Unless there's some massage therapist out there, then I could be in some trouble. I just know that if you've got Deshaun Watson on your team, most of your games are going to end in a happy ending. All right, let's get to our picks for week 2. Week 1 showed that we are regular guys. We know nothing about picking football games. We
did all right.
Are horrible as a group.
We did.
I went back. I watched all the picks. Slater actually had the most games right. Well, let me say this. Slater actually had the fewest games wrong, but he also froze up during like 5 of the games, so he didn't get a chance to pick those. But Jason, just going back and reporting, Jason, you got 7 games wrong. Zoe, you got 8 games wrong. I got 7 games wrong.
Regular guy.
It was not a good day for prognosticating. It was not a good day. So we're gonna go, and we'll even let Bree pick, a game. I guess women can pick on items other than just their clothing. Let's start with a Thursday night game, and we're gonna go. And this is recorded for the world. So that y'all know, it's Slater, Zoe, Bree, and Jason. Slater, Zoe, Bree, Jason, and we can throw them out quickly so we can get these people out here because it's late and I want to get to the strip club before they get tired. All right. All right, Vikings, Eagles.
You know I'm going with Jalen Hurts and them Eagles.
Eagles win.
Eagles.
I'm never picking the Eagles, Vikings.
Wow, just because.
Just because.
I love it, but the reality is the Vikings couldn't beat their collective. Well, y'all know what I was going to say. I got the Eagles. Packers, Falcons.
You know I'm going with them Packers. Pause.
This has been a rainbow show.
Falcons at home. I'll take the Falcons at home.
Gotcha.
Packers.
Packers.
You know what? I believe in the Falcons. Packers win. The Raiders versus the Buffalo Bills. And big shout out. Hey, man, I don't know if y'all know this. Big shout out to Josh Allen for just opening up his first dessert and pastry factory. Turnovers for everybody. Raiders, Bills.
What you just said, that crazy game I saw, I'm definitely going with the Raiders.
Bills turn it around. They'll pick up this one.
Bills.
Buffalo Mafia.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills. Easy pickings. Bills by at least 3 touchdowns.
I promise y'all, but go ahead.
They win by 2.
All right, we got Lamar. I can't throw it. Jackson versus Joe. I can't throw it either. Burrow. Who wins?
Both
Ravens,
of them,
Bengals.
They're horrible to me. I'm going with the Ravens though. Lamar got some. He better do it. Contract.
Man, this is gonna be a fight. I'm going with Joe Burrow. Bengals.
You know, LSU is my team, but I'm going for the Ravens.
Baltimore.
I got the Bungles. I think J.K. Dobbins, he plays a game a year and then he gets hurt, so he's done it again.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
I'm going with Joe Burrow. I think 0-2 is just gonna be too big of a hole for the Bungles to come out of. So Bengals win at home. We got the Sea Ducks versus the Lions.
Jeez, this messed me up a little bit. I'm tough with this one, but I'm gonna go with the Lions. They're just playing different right now.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions too. The Seahawks, you know, I hate the Seahawks still, and they're just ugly. And I just wish the team would fold and move to Canada. Going with the Lions.
God dang.
I like what Dan is doing with the Lions. I got the Lions.
Hey man, I got Pete Carroll rebounding, man. I got the Seahawks.
No, it's gonna be the Cowardly Lions. I think the Lions go 2-0, man. Super Bowl on the way. In the NFL's JV game of the week, Colts versus Texans.
Oh God, I don't care. The Texans, I don't care. I really don't care.
Man, this is real. They both stink, but I like Anthony Richardson. I'm gonna take him on the road to. He can score multiple times, rushing and throwing. So I'm going with the Colts.
Texans.
I got the Colts.
Oh man, I've got it ending in a tie. It's gonna be no one wins. But if somebody has to win, I got to give it to the Colts. I think the Colts are just a little less bad than the Texans. The Chiefs versus the Jaguars.
Oh, we're gonna go with Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, no way the Chiefs lose this game.
I'm going with the Chiefs. I think Kelsey's gonna be back.
Man, I got Jacksonville. Chiefs go to 0-2.
I say Duval. Give me Jacksonville. Jacksonville. And it's not just hate. Another JV game, Bears versus Buccaneers.
Oh God, that's terrible. The Buccaneers. I don't care.
I don't care. Baker Mayfield, I can't go with him. I'm going with Bears. Justin Fields. Let's go with him.
I think Justin's gonna rebound this weekend. I'm going with the Bears.
Chicago.
I just feel like Justin Fields couldn't score in a whorehouse. Give me the Buccaneers. Give me the Buccaneers.
This show is
so silly.
They're saying it is on ESPN. All right, the Chargers versus the Titans.
I'm only going with the Titans because I need them for my fantasy draft. I need the Titans to do something.
I'm gonna take a chance on the Chargers. I know that home field is gonna be rough, but I'm gonna take the Chargers to get to 500.
I'm going with our old offensive coordinator. I'm going with the Chargers.
Justin Herbert, baby, and Chargers.
I got to go with the Chargers. Although I love the Titans, It's got to be Chargers all the way.
Yeah, with the titties.
All right, limping into a game that's got to be played, I guess, is the Giants and the Cardinals.
Oh God!
Hey, I'm with you. The Giants couldn't score in the whorehouse, so I'm going with them Cardinals.
The Cardinals are horrible. That's the second team that needs to go away. I'm going with the Giants.
I think the G-Men gonna get it together. I'm going with the G-Men.
Hey man, the Cardinals almost beat the Commanders, but I'm still going with the Giants.
Yeah, any team who rhymes with semen, I guess on today's show has to get in there. So it's the G-Men. I will say, I believe the Giants could score in a whorehouse, but they couldn't score in a trap house. All right. Listen, this game used to mean something. 49ers and Rams.
Oh, the Niners all day.
Yeah.
The Rams don't stand a chance.
I got the 49ers.
The 49ers trashed the Rams, and then they trade Matthew Stafford to the Jets.
Wow.
Ooh.
What was that prediction?
I say the 49ers may be the best team in football right now. 49ers.
Dang,
All right, and now a game that we have to watch. The Jets versus the 85 Bears known defense playing for the Dallas Cowboys. Jets Cowboys.
I hate to say it, and I'm not going to say it. Jets. I would not root for a Cowboy, but I know they might win, but it's Jets.
Zach Wilson's going to get worse and worse the longer he plays. The Cowboys going to win this game. I think it's going to be close, but I think the Cowboys win. The defense keeps the Jets in it, but Cowboys definitely.
Michael Parsons go get 4 sacks. I'm going for the Dallas Cowboys.
It is.
You see the way her head shook on that boy? Good Lord. The Cowboys all day.
Yeah. You know what?
Dak Prescott hurt second quarter, 15.
The devil is a liar.
Cooper Rush it is.
Listen,
the devil is a liar, Slater.
In Magic City, have I seen somebody chase after sacks like Michael Parsons? So I've got to go with the Dallas Cowboys.
Chase after sacks. Hey,
yeah.
Yo.
And the game that is going to decide the friendship of me and Slater, the we can't score more than 16-point Broncos versus the team whose name is temporary. Commanders or Broncos?
Oh my God.
Sam Howell, let's get it, baby. We killing Russell Wilson.
The game is ugly.
I think the Broncos win this one.
In the words of your quarterback, let's ride.
There you go.
He fell off every horse he rode.
All right. So, clearly gonna be the Broncos. I don't know why you would make that decision. That was just a horrible decision for you, Jason. Even if you felt like it was gonna be the Commanders, you shouldn't say that.
You like that?
You like that? All right, the concussions versus the Patriots. Who we got?
Hey, them concussions was balling. I'm going with Tua all day.
God, man, Belichick 0-2. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I got the cheetah.
Yeah, it looks like New England's gonna miss the playoffs this year. Got the Dolphins.
Hey man, listen, Tyreek Hill, awesome wide receiver, horrible motivational speaker, but a great.
I don't need him to speak. I need him to catch. Pause.
Right. Listen, Tyreek Hill gave the worst advice to a group of kids I've ever heard in my life. Tyreek Hill told those kids, you know what I did? If I couldn't beat a guy, I'd just go find somebody weak and beat them. That way I felt better.
Wow.
That's what you should do in life.
That's your anti-bully message?
I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. But that dude is way too black, way too ugly to be checked. That guy wins easily. Never a beauty pageant, but he may be the best wide receiver in football right now.
I'm weak.
For some reason, we got two really bad Monday night games. They're like, hey, you like bad football? We've got two bad games for you. Saints and Panthers.
Oh God, ain't nobody care. But I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
Oh,
I don't care, but whoa,
I'll take
watch
the
close Monday night.
to win Monday night.
Nah, I'm gonna take the rookie quarterback. I'm gonna take the Panthers.
Yo, I got the Saints pulling this one out.
Yeah, I think the Saints win this one as well. And our last bad Monday night game, Browns and Steelers.
What?
Oh,
Oh God, the Steelers.
He said, "Oh God." The Steelers are battered and bruised, but they're gonna bounce back at home.
And I'm telling y'all now, Alonzo only said that because his wife is a Steelers fan. All right, go ahead, Bree.
And she can hear.
I'm gonna take the Browns. I'm gonna take the Browns.
I like the Steelers, but the happy ending continues. I take the Browns.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I watched that Browns and Bengals game, and I was impressed. The Browns defense is very stout. Myles Garrett he may be sneakily the best defensive player in the year. I know everybody likes Micah Parsons. I know everybody loves Micah Parsons, but Myles Garrett is a man's man. He's amazing out there. And I've got to go with the serial rapist on this one. Give me the Bill Cosby's in a win. Give me the Cleveland Cosbys for the win. We'll come back and research all of these, man. Hey, listen, Slater, Lonzo, Jason, thank y'all so much, man. Y'all are stalwarts, man. Y'all can tune in us every Tuesday. It's supposed to be at 8:30. We moved it to 9 o'clock today because I was working at the Tides game. I don't know why the Tides have so many mascots and hats. This is also a Tides hat. This is a Tides hat. No idea why. Nothing to do with Norfolk or the Tides, but I felt like if I wear vitamin C on my hat, that's me being healthy. So this is my vegetable intake for the day. Thank y'all so much. Bree, thank you so much. The Devastating Delta, the sports chick, LSU. She likes LSU, the Cowboys. I forgot. Who you like in the NBA, Bree?
Golden State.
Oh yeah, so that's a bandwagon. You don't really have
ain't no
bandwagon team.
Nobody likes Golden
Nobody
State.
knew who they were before.
Nobody, even when they had
so I was a Kevin Garnett fan, but when Kevin Garnett left, I didn't, I had to find a team, so I just became a Golden State team because I liked Andre Iguodala. So that's what it is.
It's not even his name, but there's no W in that man's name. But we'll move on.
Gosh!
Here's what I realized about basketball. Basketball has fewer team fans than they have player fans. Mm-hmm. So you never know what team somebody likes in basketball. I know Zoe's been a lifetime Detroit Pistons fan. But most people, like for some reason, Slater really likes LeBron James.
I just go wherever LeBron goes.
Right. So that I know that's how that works. I can't do it. And this is gonna sound weird, but I used to be all Colorado teams. I used to be a Colorado Buffalo fan. But I left them to go to a real program. And I used to be a Nugget fan, and then they go and win a championship. But now I'm a Wizards fan. And now that I like the Wizards, man, basketball is much more painful. But thank y'all so much.
Thank you for letting me come on, Cletus. I appreciate it.
Yep. You're absolutely welcome, Bree. Let's get you out of here so we can get more testosterone in the room. Now that estrogen is gone, this is crazy.
We got a lot of nuts in here now.
Man, Jamon asked me. Jamon Turtle Top Riddick asked me why I'm a Wizards fan, and it was simply because it was close enough for me to go to some games, and all their games came on Channel 35, so that's why I chose the Wizards. Any parting shots, man? I'll start with Zoe.
Hey man, just encouraging everybody to support Deion and the Colorado Buffaloes.
All right, and then we got Slater. Any parting shots for Slater?
Hey, no, hey, whatever y'all doing this week, do it to the best of your ability. Kill it. Do it the best you can.
Unless you're an actual murderer, then don't listen to these. Jason.
Yo, second give, second chance. Do your best for the week, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Hey man, and then me, man. I love this show, man. I love you guys, man, in a non-Atlanta way. I picked y'all all on purpose, man, with purpose, man. And I think that's one of the things we need to do in life, man. Make sure we stay great. We stay on top. Pause. And we keep doing what we got to do, man. Hey, listen here. If you ain't first, your last. Go balls to the wall. We had a great time, man. I am out, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Second Give, man. To G Shots Brown. We're sorry about you being a Bears fan. That's rough. That's rough.
That's a rough lineup there.
Man, I don't see championships coming to you anytime soon. Bears, Bulls, and Mets.
Oh, yeah, that's a rough lineup, though.
Yee. You need a Snickers because you are not going anywhere for a while. Oh, wow. Man, big shout outs. Before we go, man, I got to give a shout out to LeBaron Burton. Hopefully, I'm giving it out to the right guy because I always get my Burtons confused. I know there's Lamar Burton from Reading Rainbow, but I'm 100% sure LeBaron Burton is the owner of one of the greatest popcorn companies in the world. That man sent me 16 million flavors of popcorn, and they were all amazing. LeBaron, if you got a quick second, man, put your popcorn company in there. If it's not you, then I apologize. Don't just type in something out of nowhere. But I swear
he about to type skinny pop.
And they're gonna be like Orville Redenbacher. But I'm almost positive LeBaron is the popcorn owner, man. Great guy out there. There it is. DoingTheWorldOfFlavor.com.
That's what's
doing the World of Flavor. Y'all go listen. I don't know everybody in here. Popcorn World. That is the name of it. Thank you. And I know everybody in here, your child has been selling that nasty popcorn and that thing. Get out of those popcorn sales, man. Go out there, check LeBaron out. Black-owned. Deion Sanders would eat it. Is that what I need to say?
Yes.
Get y'all to go eat it. Deion Sanders would eat this popcorn.
It'll work.
It's the popcorn Deion Sanders would go. LeBaron Burton. I'm going to get LeBaron on here one day to talk about the popcorn and the numerous flavors. DoingTheWorldOfFlavor.com. The popcorn comes to you in the mail, sealed, signed, sealed, delivered, still fresh. It's great. So, all right, we out, man. Thanks for tuning in once again. I'm ending the stream because we're going to get shut down by the FCC anyway. All right, I'm out.